Are you expecting more of these types of storms to occur in the near future?
So, the 2023 Atlantic hurricane season, both the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, NOAA, and some of the best seasonal forecasters like the Colorado State Group predicted and updated their predictions just a few weeks ago that this season was going to be an active hurricane season above normal. Now, here's the scary part. We aren't even to the statistical peak of the hurricane season yet. That tends to come in the second week of September. So we're on the front side of the mountain, if you will. We've still got the other backside. So we still have another 2 months of potential hurricane activity. So I certainly believe we will see more storms over the course of this season. And then the scientific literature, and I've written about this previously in Forbes, suggests that though we might not see more hurricanes as climate changes, when they do form, they will likely be on average stronger.
I do want to talk about the 5 things we need to know during the halftime of Hurricane 2023 season, which we'll get to in a second. But I do just want to finish talking about Hurricane Lee. And you mentioned that the most accurate path as of now, it isn't making landfall in the U.S. So what should we be thinking now? What should we be doing? How should we prepare? What are some tips here?
Well, if I'm living anywhere on the East Coast, irrespective of whether it makes landfall, the storm's so big it's going to produce large swells, perhaps rip currents on coastal communities, even though the storm is well out to sea. So be cognizant of that. But even if you live anywhere, say from the mid-Atlantic up to the Northeast into Canada, just continue to watch the evolving forecast. Oftentimes people will do something called anchoring. What is anchoring? They will look at a forecast that they see today and assume that's what it's going to be 5 to 7 days from now. And sometimes these forecasts evolve. So it's important to watch the evolving forecast because some of these models are starting to slightly nudge it a bit further to the west, which could bring a landfall into play for upper Canada or parts of upper US. And again, that's not the likely scenario as of Friday morning, but let's keep watching it. So just keep paying attention if you live anywhere in the Northeast.
I've been guilty of anchoring and then I don't bring an umbrella and get soaked. But do you so you're saying that this forecast really does have the potential to change, and could it change swiftly?
Yeah, I don't think it. I think it'll be a gradual change, but if it does change, we'll have enough lead up time for people to adjust. That's why I say monitor the National Hurricane Center, your best weather sources now. But again, the best models in the world that we use, the European model, the American GFS, bring the storm west northwest towards the U.S., but then it curves back out into the North Atlantic. Now, how close that curve gets to the coast, that's what we'll be watching